Jason from Wazoo. We can talk about what all he's got here to sell.
Hey there. Yeah, and ask any questions you got. But if you're not familiar with Wazoo, we've kind of made a real special niche with making stuff you can wear on you that's functional. So from hats, this is not our hat. Why it's not our hat? I'll get you one of our hats. But our hats that have secret pockets in them so you can carry your gear on you. It could be gear you're using in an everyday carry kind of situation, just a knife blade or some cordage, something like that. All the way to a fire starter and other kind of survival gear. So it kind of fits the whole gamut. And so the hats, I'll just kind of use you as our model. This guy's a good model, sure do better. So from our hat down, we have necklaces. You incorporate it into your neck knife, and that's nice, but you can wear it independently as well. We also have a necklace that is a whetstone. So people love that here at Blade Show because you can use a stone like this and you can sharpen your knife. It has multiple different angles to it. Round edge, sharpened edge, hook blade right there, or hook portion. And so you can always wear that on you and always keep your knife sharp. And from the waist down, we got belts. Do you have any kit in your belt? Feel some stuff? We can get you fixed up in there. So we have belts with a whole hidden pocket here, and you can put a whole set of gear. You can carry your own stuff, and we also make kits that fit inside the belt as well. We have some other pocket stuff, but mainly, other big item a lot of people love is our bandanas. So we, again, taking this idea of taking something you can carry on you and making it super functional. Just to kind of go into detail, the extremeness we go into our design concept. This is a foraging bandana, but it's not just a bandana with a bunch of pretty flowers and stuff on it. These are the 12 most kind of functional plants and fungi that you could use out in the wilderness for survival or just to kind of learn foraging trade. And our helpers in designing this was Meriwether Borderbruggen, Mark, from Foraging, Texas, and Nicole Appelian. You might know her from a lot of different things, or Alone, she was on there a few times. And then from over here, we got our tracking bandana. It's not just a cool bandana with different animal tracks. We actually used some of the top experts, that's their names right there, in tracking. If you ever do any kind of tracking research, the Bible written on tracking is going to be written by old Mark Elbrock, and that's his stippled designs, licensed the best of the best actual prints. So a lot of other details in there, but we work with the experts in their own field to try and make the best possible gear you can wear on your person at all times. All right, so we're going to pack Gaston's belt for him. So this is our adventure kit. This is the kit that we designed for ourselves, honestly. We no compromises on this one. If there was a component in there we wanted, we got the best of the best. If it didn't exist in the market, we made it. And honestly, we had to make a lot of it. It wasn't to our standards. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack Gaston's belt for him. And what you wanna think about when you got this belt on your person, this is small. Yeah. It's gonna be a little more fun for a small thing, small, but we'll figure it out. So this is your back. This belt is made, it's supposed to be perfectly equated to your spine. So you can imagine your back's about this big. This is your flat portion, and this kind of rounds around the corners of your edge. So this has got foil, it's got a water bag in it, a 1 liter water bag, it's got purification tablets, it's got a little coffee filter for pre-filtering in there. And so that's basically your water kit right there. And I like to put that right in the center because that's gonna stay flat. And so this is your kind of patented design. So it's got this little flap here. That's not an accident. We didn't just forget to sew that down. That's made so you have more space so that you can actually flap it underneath there. And I haven't packed it small in a while. We're gonna test this. I'm gonna put the duct tape, I usually put it to the side, but I'm gonna put the duct tape together for you on the back here. And so as I go around packing this thing, I'm gonna go ahead and close this portion up. And you'll notice I centered it right there in the center. That's why that tag is there, is to use it as a gauge point. All right, you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Cool. Me too. And so what's really cool about the belt is you can reach in and grab stuff right when you're wearing it, right? So I like to put stuff on my right side. That's gonna be the things that I might want to reach in there. And for me personally, what I find that I reach down and grab sometimes is gonna be this little flashlight. And I'll get you a carabiner if you want, but right now we have like little mini carabiners sometimes. But these bead chains, you can hook right onto here. This is like the gear loop
Yeah.
of a, you know what that's called? The military uses these sometimes to like attach cordage to.
I don't know the proper term. No.
So you might want to do this. Have you ever done this with like a compass? You ever like clipped a compass to your backpack or to your? Okay. So they call that a lot of times dummy cording. So you can't be a dummy and lose it. So you'll keep that cord on it, you drop it still. So you can flop this out, use the light, flop it back inside as you're wearing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the whistle, tuck that guy in there. Again, using the flaps. And that's a made in USA photon light, like 14 hours of time. You might still kind of make it a little more comfortable, but we'll start with that. Now, let's see here. I think for me, I think I put the compass right here. This is not your typical Chinese compass. You'll see this, it says Japan on there. This is really the only quality button compass in the entire world. Every other one's gonna be made in Taiwan, made in China. These are rated to 120 feet. They glow in the dark. Highly high quality compass compared to every other one in the market. It took me a long time to find those boogers. And you'll notice you won't find a survival kit out there that uses that quality. They can't afford to do it. They always use one that costs 10 times less than that one. But we, again, spared no expense on this one. All right, so what I like to think in my head is that, hey, maybe I'm doing something and I need to grab some rope. So since you're right hand dominant, I'm gonna put the rope on your right side. It's just this cordage, and it's kind of got like a waxiness to it, so urethane finished. Really good cordage, by the way. Yeah. So you kind of like pack in there. So it's high heat temperature, so you can put it over the fire. It's like paracord and melt. Rated at 400 pounds.
Wow.
And you see it's much thinner than paracord, about a quarter the size of paracord. And once you get stuff in there, I'll just use that as an example. You can use it like Play-Doh. You can kind of play with it and shift stuff around once it's in there.
Shape it for comfort.
Shape it for comfort. All right, now over here, I like to think of this as my little toolbox. So this is all the tool kits. We got a wire saw. You can open that up, turn that into a bow saw or buck saw. You got 40 feet of fishing line. This isn't your average fishing line. This is 50-pound Dyneema braided Power Pro made in USA, not your cheap stuff. And all these have like a little tab on the end that's slit, and you can pull it and open it up. Otherwise, they're waterproof. We're at 15 foot of brass wire. Snares, obviously, you can do it for snares. Also had a buddy who used that to, he was doing the Mexican Baja. Jason Salyer, you ever seen him?
I don't know if I have not.
Good dude. He's working with Survivalpedia right now.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Good dude. He was doing a Baja something or other where you're riding your adventure bike, and his fuse blew out. He needed to cross that over, so he used the brass wire to cross over that terminal. So you can use it for all kinds of stuff, obviously a flare. And then last little hardware kit, got a needle, got sinkers, safety pins, hooks, and that needle works with the fishing line. I'm about to sew up my pants here just a little bit. And the idea with all this kit is everything's made to the quality that, what is this like worst case scenario that could ever happen? And maybe it's you bobbing around the ocean like the movie Castaway for 2 days. I want to make sure that when you drag yourself on the island in 2 days, that everything is still good to go after being in the worst possible environment. Salt water, dangling in salt water for days. So that's why everything is individually packaged and or made to a quality that's waterproof, like that flashlight's waterproof. We're about to get over here to the fire starter. Can I use your fire starter real quick?
Yeah.
All right, scrape your ferro rod. World's smallest fire starter kit probably right here, other than our necklaces. So we got the little ferro rod. Ceramic blade. So non-metallic, goes through the airport pretty nicely. They take it away from me, I can't say anything, but I've skinned a hog with this, wild hog, with one of these. So as long as you don't torque it, because it's super hard, it's 10 times harder than steel, as long as you can skin anything with this. You should do it sometime. Challenge me on that, it's awesome. But when it's closed, scrape the black off, you got your fire starter. And because it's made out of ceramic, you don't have the same issue with a high carbon steel knife. What happens to a high carbon steel knife?
Rust. Especially saltwater he's talking about.
Especially that worst case scenario saltwater situation, yeah. So, we're gonna dummy cord it in here because again, we're playing this game at like, you can use it every day. I love being ready every day to just fix small problems, but I also want things to work in the worst case scenario. So I'm thinking I'm bobbing around in the ocean. I don't want to lose my stuff if I gotta get out my knife. So I like having the dummy corded in there. And then lastly, little tenders. You ever played with these yet? From Pro Camp Tech?
No, I have not played with
man,
those.
yeah, these are sweet. So these are the best fire starters. I left these underwater. I was testing out different tenders. I put these underwater and they float, so I had to sink them down. And I forgot about them for like 2.5 months. And I went back and tested them and they lit right up. They don't, the liquid doesn't permeate them like you would like a Tinder Quick. Water will intrude in those things. They don't intrude in these. All right, so we got you about fixed. Last thing, the patent pending buckle. Took us a long time. So that's what those are for. You got your mirror. We'll leave your little your protective covers on there, but this is like a felt pad just to protect that. You can do 2, you can do 1. Extra secure for 2, easier to get out if you just do 1. I'll hook you up with like the extra secure. We'll go through both of those. Try it on, let's see if it still fits. It'll probably be a little bigger on you, so maybe we'll adjust it. I like that you leave this, because then you can adjust it if you want to go a couple inches. We finally got him fixed up.
Can you help me, Nate? Just checking it out. Yeah, these hats are really cool.
And you got about an inch and a half on the backside if you need to adjust it too. Yeah. Looking good, man.
Do your patch caps come out too?
Yeah, they're all the same. It's just, I think there's a black.
Yep, fits.
Yeah, so that's 3